Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily English Conversation. I'm John, and I'm thrilled to have you here today.
And I'm Olivia. Today we're exploring two words that confuse learners constantly, seems and looks. These words might appear similar, but they have important differences.
Native speakers use both of these words all the time in everyday conversation. Understanding when to use each one will make your English sound much more natural and accurate.
By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly when to use seems, when to use looks, and how to avoid the common mistakes that trip up so many English learners.
Before we start, please subscribe to Daily English Conversation. We bring you practical, everyday English lessons that you can use immediately in real situations.
Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our helpful episodes. Learning the subtle differences like this is what separates intermediate from advanced speakers.
All right, let's dive in. First, let's understand the basic difference between seems and looks.
Looks is primarily about visual appearance, what you can see with your eyes. Seems is about general impressions, what you perceive or feel based on various factors, not just vision.
Think of it this way. Looks equals what your eyes tell you. Seems equals what your brain concludes from all available information, including but not limited to vision.
That's the fundamental distinction. Now let's break down each word in detail with lots of examples.
Let's start with looks. This verb is all about visual appearance and what you can observe with your eyes.
Use number 1, describing physical appearance based on what you see right now.
She looks tired. You can see it in her face, her eyes, her posture. Visual evidence is right there.
The sky looks cloudy. You're looking at the sky and describing what you see. Direct visual observation.
This cake looks delicious. You haven't tasted it yet, but visually it's appealing. Your eyes are giving you this information.
He looks younger than his age, based on his physical appearance that you can see, his face, skin, hair.
Use number 2, describing how something appears to be in this moment.
It looks like it's going to rain. You can see dark clouds, visual signs that suggest rain is coming.
The project looks promising. You've seen the work, the results, the data. Visual evidence makes it appear good.
That doesn't look right. Something visually appears wrong or incorrect to your eyes.
Use number 3, look like for resemblance. When something or someone resembles something else visually.
You look like your mother. Physical visual similarity between two people.
This looks like a good restaurant. Visually, from the outside appearance, the decor, the menu, it appears to be good.
That looks like my bag. Visual similarity to something you own.
Structure patterns with looks. Subject plus looks plus adjective. She looks happy. The food looks fresh. They look confused.
Subject plus looks like plus noun. He looks like a teacher. This looks like a mistake. It looks like winter.
Subject plus looks like plus clause. It looks like they're leaving. It looks like we'll be late.
Important. Looks is present tense, third person singular. He looks, she looks, it looks. For I, you, we, they use look without the S.
Now, let's explore seems. This verb is about impressions, perceptions, and conclusions based on various evidence.
Use number 1, expressing an impression or opinion based on multiple factors, not just visual appearance.
She seems tired. You might notice her behavior, her voice, how she's acting, not just how she looks. It's a broader impression.
He seems intelligent. This is based on conversations, ideas he shares, questions he asks, not just his appearance.
The situation seems complicated. This is your assessment based on understanding the details, not just looking at something.
When you're not entirely certain but have a general feeling or impression.
It seems like a good idea. You think it's good based on your evaluation, but you're not 100% certain. Seems adds a hedge.
She seems nice, based on your interactions and impressions, but you don't know her well enough to be completely sure.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. You're making an inference from various signs: laughter, smiles, behavior, atmosphere.
When something gives you an impression without direct visual evidence.
It seems quiet today. You notice the lack of noise, the atmosphere, not necessarily something you see.
The answer seems obvious, based on logic and reasoning, not visual appearance.
Time seems to pass quickly when you're having fun. This is about perception and feeling, not visual observation.
Structure patterns with seems. Subject plus seems plus adjective. She seems happy. The plan seems risky. Everything seems fine.
Subject plus seems plus like a noun. He seems like a nice person. This seems like a waste of time. It seems like a mistake.
Subject plus seems plus to infinitive. She seems to understand. They seem to be lost. He seems to know what he's doing.
It seems that clause. It seems that we're late. It seems that nobody's home. More formal structure.
Now let's directly compare looks and seems to see the differences clearly.
Imagine you meet someone new. He looks friendly. His facial expression, smile, open body language are what you see. He seems friendly based on conversation, how he acts, his tone of voice, the overall vibe.
Another example is the weather looks bad. You see dark clouds, you observe wind, visual signs. The weather seems bad based on temperature you feel, the forecast you heard, general atmospheric conditions.
Another example, this restaurant looks expensive. You see the fancy decor, white tablecloths, elegant presentation. This restaurant seems expensive based on the menu prices you checked, the neighborhood it's in, reviews you've read.
She looks sad. You see tears, a frown, slumped shoulders. She seems sad. You notice she's quieter than usual, not participating, her overall demeanor and behavior.
See the pattern? Looks is more immediate and visual. Seems is more about overall assessment and impression.
Here's a helpful rule. If you could describe what you're saying using I can see, use looks. If you would say I get the impression or I think, use seems.
Let's talk about situations where both could work but with slightly different meanings.
The task looks difficult. Visually, perhaps, it's complex with many steps, long instructions. The task seems difficult based on your knowledge, skills, and assessment of what's required.
He looks confused. His facial expression shows confusion, furrowed brow, puzzled look. He seems confused. His questions, hesitation, responses indicate he doesn't understand.
The movie looks interesting. The trailer, poster, or visual elements appeal to you. The movie seems interesting based on reviews, the plot description, the genre, your overall assessment.
Sometimes you can use both together. It looks and seems like a great opportunity. This emphasizes both visual evidence and your overall impression.
Now let's discuss some special expressions and idioms with both words.
Common expressions with looks. Looks can be deceiving. Don't judge by appearance. If looks could kill, someone's giving you an angry stare. Look on the bright side. Stay positive.
Look who's talking. You're criticizing something you do yourself. Look before you leap. Think before acting. Look forward to. Anticipate with pleasure.
Common expressions with seems. So it seems. Agreeing that something appears to be true. It seems like only yesterday. Time passed quickly. Seems legit. Informal for appears legitimate.
As it seems, based on appearances. As it would seem that, formal way of saying apparently. All is not as it seems. There's more than meets the eye.
Now let's look at the past tense forms because these trip people up.
Looks in past tense becomes looked. She looked tired yesterday. It looked like rain this morning. Simple past form.
Seems in past tense becomes seemed. He seemed upset earlier. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Also straightforward past form.
Both follow regular verb patterns in the past. Add ed. Easy to remember.
Let's discuss questions with looks and seems. The question forms are different.
With looks, how does it look? What does she look like? Does it look good? Doesn't he look tired?
Notice we use auxiliary verb does or do in questions. Does this look right to you? Do I look okay?
With seems, how does it seem? What does it seem like? Does it seem strange? Doesn't this seem odd?
Same pattern. Use does or do in questions. Does she seem happy? Do they seem interested? However, seem has an alternative formal structure. It seems to be raining. This is more formal than it seems like it's raining.
Let's talk about negative forms because there are important differences here too.
With looks, she doesn't look happy. It doesn't look good. They don't look ready. Standard negative with doesn't or don't.
With seems, he doesn't seem interested. It doesn't seem right. They don't seem to understand. Also uses doesn't or don't.
Both work the same way in negatives. Pretty straightforward.
Let's address common mistakes learners make with seems and looks.
Mistake 1, using look like when you need just look with an adjective. Wrong, she looks like tired. Right, she looks tired, or she looks like she's tired.
Look like is followed by a noun or a clause, never just an adjective. He looks like his father. Noun. It looks like rain. Noun. It looks like it will rain. Clause.
Same rule. Seems like needs a noun or clause. Seems plus adjective doesn't need like. It seems complicated, not it seems like complicated.
Mistake 3. Confusing the subjects. I look tired, talking about my appearance. Wrong, I seem tired to myself. You would say I feel tired instead.
Seems is usually used by observers about someone else or something else. You don't typically say I seem, you say I feel or I am.
Mistake 4. Forgetting the S in third-person singular present tense. Wrong, he look tired. It seems strange. Right, he looks tired. It seems strange.
This is a basic grammar rule, but very common error. Third-person singular always needs the S.
Mistake 5. Overusing seems when looks is more appropriate. If it's clearly visual, use looks. Don't say the sky seems blue when you can clearly see it. Say the sky looks blue or simply the sky is blue.
Now let's practice with real-life conversation scenarios.
Scenario 1. At a restaurant. How does the fish look? It looks fresh and delicious. How does it seem? Is it cooked well? It seems perfectly done.
Notice, looks fresh is visual. Seems perfectly done is your assessment after examining it.
Scenario 2. Meeting someone new. She looks professional in that suit. Yes, and she seems very confident too. It looks like she's done this before. She definitely seems experienced.
Looks professional, visual appearance, seems confident, overall impression from behavior and demeanor.
Scenario 3. Weather discussion. It looks like it might snow today. Really? It doesn't seem that cold to me. Look at those clouds. They look heavy with snow. Well, the forecast seemed to suggest rain, not snow.
Looks like snow, visual evidence from clouds. Doesn't seem that cold, feeling and perception, not just visual.
Scenario 4. Discussing a plan. This plan looks good on paper. Yes, but it seems risky to me. What makes it seem risky? Well, it looks complicated and seems like it needs more resources than we have.
Looks good on paper, visually, when you read it. Seems risky, overall assessment. Looks complicated, visually complex. Seems like it needs, your conclusion.
Let's talk about subtle nuances and advanced usage.
Looks can sometimes suggest superficial judgment. He looks rich might imply you're judging by clothes and possessions. He seems rich suggests you have more evidence, lifestyle, conversation, where he lives.
Seems can add politeness and softness to opinions. Compare, your idea is wrong, direct, harsh. Your idea seems wrong to me, softer, more diplomatic. The word seems makes it less absolute.
In academic or professional writing, seems is often preferred over looks because it's more formal and less about superficial appearance.
The data seems to indicate, the results seem to suggest. These sound more professional than the data looks like it indicates.
However, in creative writing or when you want to be vivid and immediate, looks can be more powerful. The sky looked angry with dark clouds creates a stronger image than the sky seemed angry.
Here are some tips for mastering seems and looks.
Tip 1. When in doubt, ask yourself, am I describing what I can actually see right now? If yes, use looks. If you're describing an impression or feeling, use seems.
Tip 2. Pay attention when watching English movies or TV shows. Notice when characters use looks versus seems. The context will teach you the natural usage.
Tip 3. Practice creating pairs of sentences. Take any adjective and make one sentence with looks and one with seems. She looks happy, facial expression. She seems happy, overall behavior and vibe.
Tip 4. Remember that looks like and seems like need a noun or clause after them, never just an adjective alone.
Tip 5. Use seems when you want to sound more polite or less certain. It hedges your statement and makes it less absolute.
Tip 6. Start noticing the difference in your native language. Does your language make this distinction? Understanding the difference conceptually helps you use English correctly.
Let's do a quick summary of everything we've covered today.
Summary 1. Looks is primarily about visual appearance, what your eyes see right now. It's more immediate, direct, and physical. Use it for describing what you observe visually.
Summary 2. Seems is about impressions, perceptions, and conclusions based on various factors. It's broader, includes non-visual evidence, and often suggests less certainty.
Both can take adjectives directly. Looks tired, seems tired. Both can use like with nouns or clauses. Looks like rain, seems like a problem.
Common structures: looks plus adjective, looks like noun or clause; seems plus adjective, seems like noun or clause; seems to be, it seems that.
Main mistakes to avoid. Don't use looks like or seems like before a simple adjective. Remember the S in third person singular. Don't confuse when to use each word.
The key insight: if it's mainly visual and immediate, use looks. If it's an overall impression or perception, use seems.
Before we finish, this is really important. Please subscribe to Daily English Conversation.
We create practical, everyday English lessons like this to help you speak more naturally and avoid common mistakes that learners make.
Subscribe now so you never miss an episode. Share this with a friend who's learning English too.
Leave us a comment with 2 sentences, one using looks and one using seems. We read every single comment and love seeing you practice.
Challenge yourself. Today, use both looks and seems at least 3 times each in real conversations. Notice the difference in meaning and feeling.
Thank you so much for listening today. We hope the difference between seems and looks is crystal clear now.
Remember, these small distinctions are what make your English sound truly natural and native-like. Master them and you'll sound much more fluent.
Keep practicing, keep noticing, and keep improving every single day.
This is Daily English Conversation. Don't forget to subscribe.
See you in the next episode.